Yes, we did. We went into the Impact World Champion Christian Cage facing the current AEW World Champion Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship.
What do you
Christian,
think, Pete?
Christian Cage, I actually like him.
Yeah, I do too.
His longevity's been good. He's still fine in the ring, in my opinion. I didn't, it's not like we were just talking about Paul or anything. I mean, he can still go. He's still good. I'm probably going to be in the 0.01% who's. I'm not a massive fan of this Omega. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why. If you said to me why, I don't know whether it's just been too much hype or they've tried too hard to put him over. But I'm not a massive look. The guy's great. Don't get me wrong, but is he the guy I'd want carrying my company? I'm not sure I would. And I don't know why I say that, but it's just the gut. It's a gut feel. But look, the match was very good. I mean, you got two great workers and effectively two world champions going head to head. It's not quite in the days of Harley Race versus Bob Backlund or something like that. But I was a wee bit torn in that match in that respect. Am I off track though, Mick?
I don't think you're off track. You are right with the Kenny Omega thing. You are right. I mean, he is an indie darling, the indie scene, right? Is he? Look, I put him in a little bit with the Young Bucks on this, and I will say this, right? Is he a very talented athlete? Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Is he a worker? No.
Yeah,
it's all about what I need to get in, how I need to get it in, and once again I'll go back to it. Oh, my mum's in the audience. I need to get all the moves in. It's a bit of that kind of thing, but I don't dislike. I think Kenny Omega is nowhere near as bad as the Young Bucks. Right? I'll never put him in that quite at that echelon, but he is a little bit like that. Yeah, listen, I think where they started and Champion, I think he was probably the right guy at that time for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they could hold out for a year with Punk as him being champion. But then again, who's the next guy that may take it on? I can't see anyone else that could take that belt on at this point. If you rush Punk there, it'd be too early. So you may have to put him in a feud where he drops the belt, picks the belt up again, because really the money match is Kenny Omega versus CM Punk. That's the money match. I can't think of anyone else. What about you, Anthony? Can you think of anyone else at AEW?
I would have said Adam Cole, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, they're all buddies. They're in the same little clique.
Yeah, together, that's that clique they got.
Really, it could be like even Daniel Bryan. Could be the guy that dethrones Omega, then Bryan versus CM Punk.
Actually, that would make sense because Bryan is still active and has, he's not sort of making a comeback as such like that. If you had Daniel Bryanson, what's he called now?
Daniel
Bryan Danielson, going up against Omega, and Omega loses, and then Bryan has a bit of a run till CM Punk's sort of ready. There's a couple of there's a year's worth of matches just in that scenario.
Well, that's right, because you're not going to finish the Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan
straight away
in one match. It's going to be a series, so you'd be looking at 3 to 4 months, maybe on that, 5 months even
to
build towards
introducing Punk.
Yeah, even Punk versus Omega, then Punk gets through Omega to get to Bryan.
Yeah, so could be absolutely massive.
Could be if they worked, if they booked it right.
Yeah, if they book it right, it could be absolutely just, not quite Hogan versus Andre big, but you know what I mean? It could
Yeah,
be
for
really,
today's market, it'd be very,
today's
very
market,
big. Yeah. On today's market, it can be very, very big, and I like the match, but you are right about Kenny Omega. It's hard to work out. I understand why he's over, because he's a bit of an indie darling.
Yeah.
And also, too, he's got very big connections with New Japan.
Yeah.
Very big connection, because he was part of the Bullet Club.
Yes.
And he was a part of with AJ Styles. So that could be a name, without being smart, that could end up dropping over there as AJ Styles.
Well, there's a very big rumour at the moment that Kevin Owens will go over because his contract ends very shortly.
But Kev didn't get along with most of those guys, I believe.
Oh, did he not?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
So I don't know whether he'll go across, but AJ Styles definitely did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, that's true.
I don't know what AJ Styles is contracted to, because the Good Brothers are over there too.
Yeah, true.
That's all. And he started the Bullet Club. And then Kenny took the mantle of the Bullet Club after he left. So that could be a very serious, thing that could happen. Could be something that could happen in that.
But the match itself,
good match.
Yeah. I mean,
strong match,
worthy of a main event. Two great workers. Omega went over. Probably expected, really.
Yeah, because Christian is out at Impact.
Yeah.
He's the Impact champion. Kenny got the loss back on his television show, on his promotion. So so he got the loss back. Now there's a champion. Now I think at all the promotions now there's an individual champion instead of one guy having belts. So it's all evened out that way. So it's